Hey, beautiful people. So, your girl did a thing. I created a custom GPT and chat GPT to help fellow creators with generating mockups for their products. And I was asked to join kind of like a co working session on Sunday that just passed, October 20th. And I got to talk about the GPT that I made. And let's just say I'm still floating, right, on Cloud Nine because mind blown. I didn't expect it to be like this, or I didn't know. But I'm about to show you clips from the Zoom, the live that I was on, and show you the pictures that one of the panelists created using the GPT. Mind blown, like her feedback and hearing how one of the other creative coaches on the panel gave some good monetization tips based on the GPT that I made. Like, just hearing that feedback and knowing that I can help other people, it's been an amazing feeling. So sit back, relax, and watch this replay. Peace out.
All right. Now we are about to bring up our brand new GPT creator. And let me show you my background. Look at that. She changed her GPT a little bit and put texture in there. And as you can see, Ebony, I love the texture. I love everything about that. It came out so nice. Her GPT is for everybody who has a product that needs a mock-up. And Martine has come up with Ebony. I'm going to, once you talk about your GPT and I show the images that I created with the GPT, I'm going to let Martine, because we call Martine Money Making Martine for a reason, because she came up with some amazing ideas. So, Ebony, let's talk about your GPT.
Hi, everybody. How are you guys? I am happy to be here. So I created the Mockup Prompter a few days ago. I was working on some digital journals and I wanted a background, and I didn't want to have to go through Creative Fabrica or Etsy. I wanted something that was unique in my own. So I was like, oh, let's see if I can create this GPT and I can help other people in the same situation where you want something that's unique in your own. So I took some time and played around and I created it, tested it out, and it worked. And I've tried it in Midjourney and I tried it in GPT. It's created to give you the prompts for Midjourney, but I updated it thanks to Regina's feedback to when you ask it to please generate the image, it generates the image inside of Chat GPT. So you don't necessarily have to have Midjourney, but the images actually turned out amazing in both. So I'm just happy that I'm able to create something that takes the anxiety away from other fellow creators that want their own unique product mockups without actually having to break their pockets. So
I know that I loved it. I loved playing in it both in Midjourney and also in Chat GPT. It's a fun dynamic, because initially they come out square, and then I asked it. I said I want a landscape, I want a narrow, and I got all of those different things. Then I threw the whole kitchen sink at your GPT and said, "Hey, can you randomly give me all the things?" And it was like, "Okay, okay." So much so that everybody knows that I get kicked out of Chat GPT a lot. It kicked me out for 20 minutes after playing with your GPT. I was very, very. Martine was like, "Regina, stop, saying those words to Chat GPT. It's not Midjourney." But she told me to stop. saying that. I was like, okay, all right, no problem. But I had a really good time using your GPT to come up with different things. Martine, do you want me to show the images or do you want to go first?
Show the images first, and then I'll talk
Okay.
a little bit about some
I
connections we
think
can.
the thing that I like about her GPT is that it had a lot of different options that you could choose from. I started off with the matte black because normally I don't do matte black. Then it has the ability to choose the different things that you want in your flat lay. And it also has how you want your the items positioned. And then it goes into the lighting for those items. Like if you wanted soft light, diffuse light, then I could choose if I wanted a shadow or reflection, and all of that. It gave me every single one of those with the image for the in Chat GPT. Then I said, hey, look, I just want 12 different images. You choose the options, you do all the things, and it gave me 12 different prompts and all the options for my backgrounds and everything. It did all of the work for me. And here are some of the images that came out of Chat GPT. I love this coffee one. I could see me putting like a Canva frame in here and doing some company
right.
logos or some
Mm-hmm.
things like that in there. I could see that as well. Get that off of my screen. And it just gave a lot of different options for you to do. So when I moved it over into Midjourney, then the magic really takes off, right? So look at that shadow. The shadow, Ebony, on these are I'm just loving everything about it, and the texture of the fabric, because I'm a fabric texture girl.
Mm-hmm.
uh, all of the things that are happening over here are just absolutely amazing. Anyone that uses Photoshop, you know what you could do with that. It's just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. And if you guys, those that know how to turn some of them into camera frames, that's even like chef's kiss.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. They all came out so beautiful. Like the texture, the shadow, the colorization. And this is great for like product mock-up shots, the distance, all of that stuff is really, really great. Oh, these are my favorites. I love these. Especially this one. This one's a perfect one for a camera frame. Look at that.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right?
Ooh, I didn't get a chance to play. I can't wait to play, Ebony. I got to
Yes, guys, let me
over
know
here
how you
making
like
stuff.
it.
I didn't have time to play today, but I can't wait.
Yeah, they all came out so, look at that. So beautiful. You could have all
Oh,
of
I
these.
love
I
those.
know. They just all came out. You see, I was just playing and playing and playing. I have tons of
Mhm.
images. That's my background.
I'm just thinking about my print on demand stuff at this particular moment.
Exactly, Talia. Exactly. All of that stuff can go there. You can
Mhm.
place it all on top, anything that you choose, like for logos for companies, all of that stuff. It's perfect. Her GPT is perfect for that. So I really had a good time testing your GPT. It was a pleasure to work with. It was so easy to work with, and it gave me a number of different looks at different flat lays and different things for me. And then, of course, I'm going to go back in. I just had a thought. I'm going to ask you for a fabric, a pattern fabric, and
Okay.
then a journal, and then I'm going to throw it all in there. Mhm.
Yes, let me know how it turns
Oh,
out. I can't wait to see it.
I just thought about it as I was clicking through. I was like, I wonder if it can do this. So I'm gonna play with it and see if it can, and I'll send you those images. All
Yes.
right, Martine.
Absolutely. So I love. Okay, so I have a love-hate relationship with mockups. I love them because it's a very easy way for you to get your product mocked up and into the hands of your viewers. At least give them an idea. But on the other hand, they're not diverse enough. So what I really liked about this GPT is it opens the door for you to have diverse mock-ups. So here's what I mean. I have a Thanksgiving coloring book. The mock-ups that are out there, they're representative of other different kinds of families Thanksgiving, but not mine. So I like the idea that I could use the GPT to prompt it, and next to my coloring book, I could have like bubbling macaroni and cheese and a big pot of greens and all the things that are unique to what that book is about, that could be celebrated. So my first initial thought was, ooh, this is a great way to make mock-ups more diverse. Same thing with the t-shirts and tennis shoes. Sometimes they'll have like elements in it, and I'm like, I don't know nobody who put this next to what they buy. I don't know nobody. Like, that ball, them 5 balls of cotton is not gonna make me buy that shirt that you got on the side. So I love the like when you think about when you lay your things flat, when you look at your desk, think about in our family we did my parents would get Ebony and Jet magazines. What was on the table, right? So there's just a lot of opportunity to personalize your mock-ups, because remember, it's about the audience member. What do they like? What do they want to see? And you've got a great opportunity to use this GPT to do just that. Now, I'm going to drop the link to this GPT because I wanted to make sure I said that that's, to me, that's the power behind the GPT. You can make these flat lays align to what your audience likes. That's what I think is most important from a strategy standpoint. Doing that is gonna, well, A, make sure that your product doesn't look like anyone else's, and B, there we go. You can take what you know about your target audience and make sure that those mock-ups look like that. Everybody and their mama has mock-ups. You should be constantly asking yourself, what are you going to do differently? How is your mock-up going to change up just enough so when I'm on Etsy, Shopify, or especially any kind of marketplace where you're competing with other shops, you want people to go, ooh, theirs looks a little different. Why? Let me click on it. Ooh, I like it. I'm going to buy it. Okay? So I think that's what Ebony's GPT does. I think it empowers you to really design some good quality mock-ups. And I know a lot of people, they're like, nah, I just need to do some mock-ups real quick. Everything you buy, everything your consumer touches, sees, and experiences matters. Okay? There's a reason why when you go into Walmart, Target, they got all that stuff on the end caps at the end of the aisles. It's a reason for that. It's not just there because the sun came out. At some point, someone said, if you put stuff that these consumers don't need at the end of the aisle, they'll reach out and buy it. And they've got data to prove when aisles don't have nothing at the end, then the sales of those products go down. So think about even though it's a digital, for some of you it's a digital business, if it's a print on demand business, you really need to be thinking about, when I create a mock-up, what is that mock-up going to look like? And what would my audience like to see? What is something they've seen what is something they may have experienced or been through that we can visually put on the mock-up that they won't see from anybody else? That's what's going to make your content unique. So that being said, I also want to talk a little bit about Creative Fabrica. Now, if I always call it Thank God It's Sunday, so you get a little bit of Cocoa Twins. You get TRM on Sundays. I know Jaleel over at Selects Digitals does some things on some Sundays. Candace has done some stuff, so it's a whole bunch of us doing things. But if you were listening or following Cocoa Twins live this morning, I will find it, guys. I will find it. She talked a lot about Creative Fabrica. And so I wanted to continue that conversation because you can actually build a Creative Fabrica store. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what Creative Fabrica is for those of you that don't know. I just got to find the right. Yeah, I know as soon as you go live, it's like you can't see anything on your screen. It's the weirdest thing ever. I think, yeah, that's the right one. Okay. So I'm going to show you Creative Fabrica. Creative Fabrica is wonderful. It's only $47 a year. and even less if you buy multiple years at one time. I wish I would have known about it sooner, because once you pay this one-time fee or once a year fee, you get everything that this platform has to offer. They have over 2 million images, over 200,000 fonts, and they also have mockups. So I'm just gonna do a very basic flat lay. And if there's another search term anybody would use here, I'll just stick to mockups. Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to tell you why this is important with this GPT. So I just did a search for mockups, and there are mockups here. Oh. Now, here's what you can do. You could take Ebony's GPT, okay? Create mockups with the GPTs, then come to Creative Fabrica and create your own store with all of the mockups that you created. Now, a lot of different ways you can do this. I don't see as many flat lays as I think I should see here. So to me, there says there's a gap. And if there's a gap, you can fill it. When you have a Creative Fabrica storefront, every time someone purchases or downloads your products, you get paid. So this is a great way to use the GPT to create mockups to then monetize those images. And it really is one of those things where you're making that income passively. And even here, let me do one more search. Let me see. See if I can see any cell phone mockups. Yeah, there's a huge gap here. So just hint, folks, there's a huge gap. There's not a lot of this type of content. See, I'm looking at this and I'm going, there's nothing for Kwanzaa. I don't see anything for Black History Month. Let's do cell phone mockup again. I don't see too much. I see the phones. You know what else is missing? I don't see brown hands. I don't see diverse hairstyles, right? So there's a gap in what's available. So you can be that person that goes in and fills in that gap. Now, if Creative Fabrica is new to you, I'm going to drop the sign up link in the chat. Listen, if you're getting started, Creative Fabrica is, to me, one of the most inexpensive ways to access a ton of resources. And then you can become a creator and actually monetize your own resources. It's the bomb for that. Are there any questions for me about taking that GPT and then flipping it into a way to create your own digital mock-up store?
Doing it over in Midjourney. So it's just asking it to give you, this is my top-down view. I wanted a top-down view of a wood table with a succulent and cup, and it just gave me all the things that I wanted. And you see how the flat lay is placed out. I asked it for a symmetrical placement, and it gave me that as well. So all of the things, and I wanted a top-down view of a computer and a keyboard. So, and then this one is with the mood lighting. And then this is the Thanksgiving table. So I just started playing with her GPT to get all of the things. You see how it's starting to just really, really move with, and it's still generating now, but it gave me the person holding the tablet, which is another thing like Martine was talking about. Yep. Diversity. So I decided to prompt for that diversity, and it gave me that. So now I have her holding the tablet, and then you can put like a company logo on the back of that, or make sure you have the back of a book or the front of a book that she's holding. All of those things come through using this GPT. So I'm really excited, Ebony. Oh, here they go. The rest of them are starting to generate. Ooh. Right? It's great. Sometimes ChatGPT and she asked for dark hands. So of course.
Okay. Let's just pause here. Go, anybody who's listening, go to your Canva and go look up mockups. They never have brown hands. There's not a single mockup that has brown hand. Not dark skin, not light skin, not medium skin, not tan.
Right.
There are zero. If you're a Canva creator, you can submit directly from Ebony's GPT, and in Canva, it's the same thing. Every single time somebody downloads it, you're going to get paid on it. Okay? But there are never brown hands. There's never a brown hand holding a phone. It just, I don't know why. I guess they don't know nobody with them hands. I don't know. But that's a perfect one. This one that you're showing right here, this is a wonderful example of a gap in your business. Anytime you could take advantage of a gap, gaps mean people want it, is not enough out. You need to hit that part of that industry hard.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the clips from the live that I was in, and I hope that this might have sparked some creativity within you. If you'd like to check out the link to my GPT, it's in my digital Etsy shop. Everything will be linked down in the description. And make sure you subscribe and follow me on all my socials. Till next time.